Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Saturday, February 18th. Lance Brock here, and on today's episode of GMWF, right now I am going to preview tonight's two big shows that are taking place. WWE Elimination Chamber and New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley. Both of those shows are taking place tonight, and I hope to have, if not right after I finish the shows, maybe tomorrow, but I'm planning on hopefully doing right after I finish watching both shows. Not sure what time that'll be. We'll be watching Elimination Chamber live, and then right after that heading over to Fight TV for Battle in the Valley. But let's get into this preview. And first, the night starts with the WWE Elimination Chamber Premium Live event, which will be live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, at the Bell Center on Peacock here in the United States and WWE Network everywhere else, or unless they're, I don't remember what countries they have streaming deals with, but let's just start off. We have a mixed tag, Edge and Beth Phoenix, the Grit couple, taking on the Judgment Day team of Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. My prediction for this one, I see Rhea Ripley getting the pin on Beth Phoenix. I think this one is going to lead to another match. Finn Balor and Edge. It's been talked about for WrestleMania, maybe a Hell in a Cell. That's not official yet, but I have seen a little bit of that online. That could happen. And Rhea Ripley, you really can't have her lose in this one. Going into the Women's Championship match at WrestleMania, you gotta have her looking strong. And next week they already advertised her SmackDown. She's going to have a face-to-face with Charlotte Flair. So even if she's not the one who takes the pin in this tag match, still wouldn't really help her momentum going into Mania. So I think they're going to have Rhea Ripley pin Phoenix. Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. I would like to see Bobby Lashley go over and defeat Lesnar, but who knows? Like I say sometimes, is what you want and what you think will happen are two different things. I want Bobby Lashley to win, but I kind of think they might have Lesnar go over. But I don't think I mentioned this on Wrestling Fanatic last night, but Bray Wyatt pretty much challenged the winner of that match, whether if it's Bobby Lashley or Brock Lesnar. And honestly, I can't really even imagine a feud with either of them very much, whether it's Wyatt and Lesnar or Wyatt and Lashley going into Mania. Of course, Lashley will be there every week, so maybe that is the one that makes sense. And I don't know if I could really picture Brock Lesnar in a kind of Bray Wyatt feud with all the magic and all the stuff like that. But Our next match is the men's elimination chamber match for the United States Championship. Austin Theory defending against Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, and Montez Ford. This should be an interesting one. But actually, I could kind of see Theory retaining in this one. I think they're going to keep the U.S. title on him going into WrestleMania. So I would say my prediction is Austin Theory in the men's. I could be wrong, but who knows. Now the women's elimination chamber match for the Raw Women's Championship, or championship match, I should say. We have Asuka, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, Natalya, and Carmella. And for this one, my prediction, I would have to go with Asuka in this one. I wouldn't really be surprised if they do have Liv Morgan go over and maybe get the title shot, but my guess, if I had to make one, I'd say Asuka in this one. The character change, she does have momentum going into this match, so I would say my pick is Asuka. Now the main event, or what I'm guessing is the main event for the undisputed Universal Championship. Roman Reigns taking on Sami Zayn. And if this is anything like last night's SmackDown, Sami Zayn, of course, going to get a huge pop from the hometown Montreal crowd. And I'm sure this will be a good match. And they might even put a few spots in there where it looks like Sammy is gonna maybe have a chance to get the championship, beat Roman, but I don't see it happening. I'm not sure if there are a lot of people that actually think they're gonna put the title on Sami Zayn tonight. Not saying that it's impossible, that there's no way, because you never know, they could do this to shock a lot of people. I've heard some people say maybe they could do a triple threat at WrestleMania, Sammy, Roman, and Cody. I don't really see that happening, but I wouldn't say there's no chance of it. So my pick for the main event, Roman Reigns retaining, but should be a pretty good card there in Montreal. Or at least I hope so anyway. And now let's move over to San Jose, New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley from San Jose, California, which you can either order on Fight TV or you can also watch on NJPW World, but it is not a part of the subscription. If you have one, you have to order this. It's a separate pay-per-view. So even if you are on NJPW World, you still have to order it as a separate pay-per-view. But I'm sure it'll be worth it, though. Got a good card. Got an 8-man tag match. Adrian Quest, Josh Alexander, Mascara Dorada, and Rocky Romero taking on Kevin Knight, Kushida, the DKC, and Volador Jr. That should be a pretty good match right there to watch. Then JPW Strong Openweight Championship is on the line. Fred Rosser taking on Kenta. Another good one. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a new champion in that one. Kenta going over. Then JPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships. The Motor City Machine Guns defending against the West Coast Wrecking Crew. And loser leaves NJPW match is up next. Eddie Kingston and Jay White. This should be a very good match. If you've seen the news lately, there's been talk about Jay White leaving, possibly. Don't know if there's interest in WWE or not, but he recently lost the Loser Leaves Japan match, which didn't say New Japan Pro Wrestling altogether, but if he does lose this one tonight, it is a Loser Leaves New Japan match. So, since there's been a lot of talk, I'd say probably Eddie Kingston going over is probably the safe bet. And Filthy Rules fight Homicide and Filthy Tom Lawler. That should be pretty good. The NJPW World Television Championship, Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Clark Connors. And one of the most talked about matches on the card for the IWGP Women's Championship. We have Kyrie defending against the former Sasha Banks, making her in-ring debut for New Japan Pro Wrestling, Mercedes Moné. This is interesting because I know she's gotten a lot of press, a lot of news coverage about New Japan lately, and a lot of people say she helped get the show sold out, because after this match was announced, not too long after, it did sell out. So she did help the show, but I don't know if they put the title on her right away, but I would say there is a chance they could. And the main event for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, we have Katsuchika Okada defending her against Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm sure it will be a very good match, but I see Okada retaining in this one, which should be a very good show, but I think Okada's going to go over. And that's the two shows we have tonight: WWE Elimination Chamber and New Japan Pro Wrestling Battle in the Valley. So, like I said earlier, I hope to do a recap on 360 Wrestling Fanatic of both shows. Should be tonight, but just in case, stay tuned for tomorrow sometime. It'll probably be late though. Elimination Chamber should be over by 11. And actually they are going to have a press conference is what I hear. Hopefully it doesn't go quite as late as the Royal Rumble did, because then gotta watch Battle in the Valley after. So don't know what time we'll be done with both shows. That's all for this episode of GMWF, the Saturday edition. And hope everyone has a great Saturday. Hope everyone enjoys the two big pro wrestling shows we have tonight. Remember, stay tuned for 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Or if not, we'll be back here tomorrow morning for Good Morning Wrestling fans. Keep watching pro wrestling.